Good morning, guys. We're starting out with a beautiful, bright sunrise. It is 69 degrees in Springfield on southerly winds, and dew points pretty sticky in the middle 60s. We still have some lower 70s to the north and west at 70 in Clinton, 67 in Mountain Grove, and 71 degrees in Ava. Winds are out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour, and they'll pick up again as we head through the afternoon. So another grade of an A- by dismissal, hot and breezy. 90 degrees will be much above average and close to records again. A front comes through by the overnight tonight. We could have one or two strong to severe storms from Nevada through Clinton and over towards Lake of the Ozarks, and that marginal risk. One or two storms could have 60-mile-per-hour winds or quarter-size hail. So we're looking at a sunny and hot day today. Temperatures back up near 90. A couple of showers and storms start to fire up north and west after 7 o'clock tonight, maybe even closer to 9 or 10. That's where we could have one or two strong storms, and then as the storms move south and east, they break up in number and intensity. So a couple of showers north and west of I-44 by tomorrow morning. Areas south and east stay dry, but we all feel that temperature tumble. 73 degrees tomorrow in Springfield. Will be much closer to average and much cooler than we've been. Temperatures start in the 50s on Friday morning. Beautiful sunshine Friday afternoon with that temperature at 76 degrees. A warmer day ahead of a front on Saturday, but then that full weather returns into early next week. Joe, Lauren.
Today is National Coffee with a Cop Day, so local law enforcement are making themselves available for discussions with the public.
You can meet with officers this morning beginning at 8. Our Hannah Zettel is live to tell you where to do that.
Lauren, good morning. This is going to be happening at various McDonald's locations throughout the state. There's 5 locations here in Springfield participating. We've got Nixa, Ozark, Willard, Ava, all over the place. And, you know, it's starting up at 8. It's going to run from 8 to 10 today. And that's kind of just the citizens' chance to break down those barriers between themselves and law enforcement, really get to know them. If they have any concerns, if they have any questions about their line of work, now is the time to do it in just a casual atmosphere, really a good chance for them to get to know them. And they're going to be talking about issues that matter. Coffee with the Cop events take place with local restaurants. Community residents can sit down with officers and ask questions and share what's on their mind. And in a short time, citizens and police officers get to know each other and discover mutual goals for the community that they live in and serve. This started up in 2011. It's been going strong ever since. But here in Springfield, it's kind of been a, Chief Williams actually makes a point once a month to offer himself up to the community to talk. He does coffee once a month, and so that has really been picked up here in Springfield. But now today is the national day. In all 50 states this is going to be going on, and really, again, just a good chance for the community to talk to their neighbors and their friends, the law enforcement. Reporting in Springfield, Hannah Zettel, Ozarks First.
It's your right to know. A former Newton County Sheriff's deputy has been sentenced to 7 years in prison after pleading guilty to abusing his infant daughter. Kenneth Rush of Joplin was sentenced Monday. The Joplin Globe reports emergency responders were called to Rush's home in December 2017 because his 2-month-old daughter was having trouble breathing. She was transferred to Kansas City, a hospital there, where doctors found injuries indicating abusive head trauma. A probable cause statement says Rush initially said he didn't know how the child was hurt while he was with her.
And keeping crime into focus for you, a Springfield man has been sentenced for his role in conspiring to distribute meth in Greene County. Luandry Powell Jr. sentenced to 17.5 years in prison. Powell became part of an investigation of suspicious packages being sent to Springfield addresses from California back in 2017. A package containing meth was sent to one address where Powell accepted it, and a total of almost 9 pounds was discovered.
The ACLU is involved in a lawsuit being heard by a federal court here in Springfield. The Civil Liberties Group claims Texas County Judge Douglas Gaston illegally jailed 3 relatives for drug testing after a custody hearing. It resulted in one of them, a diabetic man, needing a partial foot amputation. Hale and Norma Rogers spent 8 hours in jail, most of them cuffed to a metal bench. The family accuses Gaston of holding Arthur Rogers in jail overnight because he gave him a look. Judge Gaston has not commented.
To a developing story now that a Springfield City Council member could face a close look at her business and finance dealings. On Monday, Council will vote on a resolution that would appoint someone to look into complaints about Councilwoman Jan Fisk. This complaint comes because the company Fisk owns with her husband, a limo company, won a contract bid for city charter bus services. The vote next week is to whether appoint a hearing examiner to look into the alleged ethics violations, and Mayor Ken McClure has nominated Kenneth Thompson for that. Thompson would hear those sides and determine whether Fisk's interest in limousines is a violation. Fisk has said she is not planning to run for re-election.
Flu season is just around the corner, and you might remember us telling you how you can get a free flu shot if you don't have insurance. The vaccine will be offered on 5 different days this month, but it begins today. Those who qualify can head to the Salvation Army on Chestnut Expressway from 9 to noon. The other available days are October 14th, 15th, 16th, and the 20th. Greene County has seen more than 9,000 flu cases in the last 2 years. Again, just a reminder, this is for Greene County adult residents without insurance. The community is invited to participate in a historical marker dedication in downtown Springfield today. The Springfield Community Remembrance Coalition is organizing the event with the Equal Justice Initiative to recognize 3 African-American men who were lynched in Springfield in 1906. The dedication will be at 10 a.m. at the square. Mayor Ken McClure will speak along with a keynote speaker and a representative of the Equal Justice Initiative. Students from all 5 Springfield high schools will be there.
The Connecting Ground is a local church on the north side of town that has created the Family Connection program to give children in foster care a safe place to visit with their biological families. So there are times set aside each week with the purpose for children and their families to meet in a safe space to do a variety of activities. Pastor Christy Love says these visits are critical in the healing process.
Having those positive interactions is one of the best things that we can do to try to mitigate that trauma and to build positive relationships. And so what we do here is not just give them a place to hang out and spend time together, but also to provide volunteers to encourage parents to take positive steps and to support them, supporting foster parents as well, supporting those kids, and just trying to be there for everybody in the process.
Volunteers go through a 4-week training to help supervise these visits, and the church is trying to expand more. If you'd like to get involved in helping, we have a link to the church when you find this story over on ozarksfirst.com. Moving on now around the region for you in Arkansas, a man who said he was going to start shooting people at a factory has been arrested. The Marion County Sheriff says 29-year-old Robert Aguado from Yellville made threats to employees at the Ranger Boat Company in Flippin last week. He is in jail facing terroristic threat charges.
And multiple construction workers were injured yesterday after scaffolding collapsed on them. The accident happened in Rogers, Arkansas. The Arkansas Department of Transportation says crews were working to take down the scaffolding on the corner of this project when the rig collapsed. The temporary structure was being used to hold up bridge beams while building a new bridge over the street, but there is no risk of the bridge collapsing. No fatalities and injuries were minor.
Taking a quick look at what's trending right now. Oh boy, some big doings over at the Bronx Zoo, actually.
What's going on?
Someone caught on tape getting into the lion exhibit.
Oh, gosh.
And taunting the lions right there. This is what we have right now going on. Why would you do this?
Was she hurt?
Not hurt. Got on out.
Wow.
She's trespassing, though.
She must have a death
Some
wish.
trouble for
I'm
that.
sorry.
And yeah, this is what everyone's talking about this morning as this video has been surfacing right now.
Lucky.
Ooh.
She was very lucky
Yes,
to
no
not be
kidding.
injured.
Okay, we're also
Unbelievable.
following one other trend, some crazy video from Taiwan as a bridge there collapses. Multiple people were sent to the hospital with critical injuries, and it was just hours after a typhoon swept through the area.
Really?
So officials there say they don't know for sure if that's why the bridge collapsed, but they're investigating to try and figure it out.
Okay, so something that they still need to look into. It's going to be a while to try and get to the bottom of that and try and resolve some of that and get that final count.
Yes, and today is the last day of summer.
Yeah, right, about 3 weeks too late. We're looking at a temperature at 90 degrees by dismissal, hot and breezy, near records again. A front comes through with showers and storms to the north and west overnight, maybe a few showers tomorrow morning, and then 73 degrees tomorrow afternoon. Will feel like October. What's that? October feeling like October?
I don't know. I'm going to go to the pumpkin patch.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good Wednesday.